students, welcome to the English class. Today we will be discussing the third chapter of your book Flamingo, and the name of the chapter is Deep Water, and it is an autobiographical part of the life of the William Douglas, and the author is William Douglas. So let us see the theme of the lesson. In this essay, William Orville Douglas talks about his fear of water. Means he just have taken the example of his own life experience that he had fear of water, and we can imply it on ourselves also that he had the fear of water. And if we are having any kind of fear, then how can we overcome it? He has given us the way for that. And how he finally overcomes it, means how he overcomes his fear. By following all those things, we can also overcome our fears, whatever we are having, not only for the fear of water. By his courage, first of all, he had the courage that he will learn how to swim in water so that the fear of water can remove from his life. His determination, his hard work and strong willpower. That yes, I can learn swimming, although he was having fear of water and he had faced a lot of terrible experiences regarding water since from the childhood. But ultimately, one more is the perseverance and the desire to learn. He had the desire to learn. If you are having students the desire to learn the things, then definitely you will be learning. Suppose you love some game and you want to play that game, then anyhow you learn that game. This you all know. Suppose you love something to draw, then anyhow by erasing it many a times you just draw it. Means if you are having the desire to learn the things, then definitely you will be learning it some or the other day. If these are practiced, so William Douglas is suggesting us that if all these things are practiced, we can definitely achieve success. We can definitely achieve success in all endeavors, means in all the attempts of our trial. Means whatever the attempts we put, then definitely we will be achieving the set target. So this is the way by which William Douglas has given us the way how can we overcome our fear of anything. Here William Douglas was having fear of water. So let us begin the chapter, and the chapter will be explained by the PPT presentation. I hope students you all will enjoy it.
So students, let us discuss the author William O. Douglas, who has written the story Deep Water. William Orville Douglas was an American jurist and politician who served as an Associate Justice of Supreme Court of U.S. Nominated by President Franklin D. Roosevelt, Douglas was confirmed at the age of 40, one of the youngest justices appointed to the court. He was born on 16 October 1898, Minnesota, USA. He belonged to Democratic Party. He had 4 wives. He was tried on 19 January 1980 at Bethesda, Maryland. So, this is all about the author, and he was basically by profession he was a justice, and at very young age he had become that. And apart from that, he used to write very good pieces also. Let us see the introduction of the story. The excerpt Deep Water by William Douglas is an autobiographical account of a childhood misadventure which left an indelible impression on the narrator's mind. All details, particularly the feeling of fear, remained etched on his mind for years together. Later, in his adulthood, he had made a deliberate efforts to shake off the terrifying memory and get over the phobia of water. It is a first-person account of the event that gives the readers feeling that the episode is being reconstructed in front of their eyes. So, here William Douglas has tried to share his fear of water and the attempts he had put to overcome that fear is being explained, and he has shared his fear in that manner that the readers will be feeling that as if they are looking at the incident. Let us discuss the theme of the story. An unpleasant and terrifying memories of the childhood haunts even the adult minds. The shadows of these frightening experiences continue to lurk and rob the individual of all confidence. One is unable to wriggle out of the clutches of fear till perseverant and planned efforts are made to get over the negative sentiments of fear. It is therefore imperative to make such efforts, otherwise, one might suffer from a lifelong complex. The sub-theme inspires us to learn from one's mistakes and experiences. Misadventures are never intended, but an analysis of same helps to draw very helpful principles that could guide for our future. One should not be intimidated by unfavorable circumstances. Rather, and every experience should be taken as a guiding step forward. So these are the themes. These are the two themes of the story. Let us see the story point wise. A childhood venture. Douglas plans to learn swimming and he had chosen YMCA pool for the same because it was safe. It was only 9 feet deep and 2 feet at shallow ends. Yakima River out of question because it had claimed many lives. Because many of the people who came there to swim had drawn and they have reread in the newspaper the experiences. Therefore, the author had chosen YMCA pool because its depth was not as such. He could learn swimming there safely. And Yakima River was dangerous, therefore his mother also warned him not to go near that. So to learn the swimming, he just arranged all the equipments and reached the spot. He gets a pair of water wings and he was very conscious of exposing his skinny legs. But his complex means that fear of water overcomes his pride. So when he had the fear of water means when he went near to water, then that fear overcomes him and his confidence got lost. Let us see the story forward. Means ultimately we know that he had overcome the fear. So aversion he had always with the water, the result of a childhood experience. Means whenever we are having aversion of anything, we have a bitter experience related to that, therefore we get that aversion. So author also had aversion from water due to his childhood experience. What happened at that time? He had got knocked down by waves at California beach when he was there along with his father. His father had taken it lightly, but that terror had struck Douglas's heart. And years later also that fear remains with him, and YMCA pool revived all those unpleasant memories. Means when he came near the source of water, then again all those memories came into his mind, that how he was about to drown, so he must be more careful during this time, and he was fearful also and lacks the confidence. Then what happened? Then he just beginning to feel comfortable in water, and practices by observing and imitating others. He just saw others, those who were also swimming there, and tries to imitate them. But that feeling of uneasiness begins to disappear gradually. But again, William Douglas faced some misadventure there at the swimming pool. What happened there? One day he was all alone at the pool, and silence was all over, and there was water in the pool, and the water was still as no one was swimming in it. So he doesn't have the courage to plunge into the pool alone. So he was waiting for others to come. Soon, an 18 years boy arrives there. He had a hairy chest, bulging muscles, and an impressive physique as he was a young boy of 18. So the boy fools Douglas and hurls him into deep side of the pool. So when Douglas was sitting on the edge of the pool, that young boy just pushed him from the backside, as he thought that Douglas knew swimming, therefore he is sitting at the edge of the pool. Then what happened? Then Douglas falls into water in a sitting position. So Douglas had already the fear of water, and when he was pushed by the bully boy into the water. Then all of a sudden that fear arouses in his mind, and he become very fearful. Then what happened? Douglas plans to manage the crisis. He just think that I know swimming and I can manage the situation. So what happened? Douglas at once lands at the bottom of the pool and is frightened but alert. He knew that how to overcome from this situation. So what he did, he just plans that when he will be reaching at the bottom of the pool, then he will push himself upwards. After that, he had planned that after coming on the surface, then surface of water, then what he will do, he will paddle towards safety. He will lie flat on the surface and paddle towards safety. This was his plan. But whether this plan got successful or not, just see it. You just see that he hadn't lose hope in such a critical situation. Let us see when the narrator fell down into the source of water, then he just saw that it was just like a never-ending fall, because he was not reaching at the end of the pool. So Douglas drowns, reaching the bottom slowly, and ultimately he reached to the bottom of the pool, and it was appearing as if the depth of the pool is not just 9 feet, it was 90 feet to him. And he was feeling uncomfortable there, therefore acute easiness is described here. And he thought that the water was filled in his lungs and they are ready to burst. So he was feeling most uncomfortable situation at that time. But let us see that how he overcame that situation also, and what he did at the bottom. Douglas hit the bottom, this was his plan, and sums up all his strength to come out on the surface of water and strains to heave up. Then what happened? Whatever he had expected, just opposite happens to it. He thought that when he will be reaching towards the bottom, then what he will do, he will push himself towards in the upward direction, then he will spring to the surface of water. But it does not happen. What happens? His body moves up slowly. So that time it becomes very difficult for Douglas to breathe out even, because in the water it was very difficult. So he thought that as if he is about to drown. Then he tries to catch a rope or a ladder or water rings. Means there were many sources by which he could save himself. Therefore he tries to reach there, but on the surface of water, but he couldn't, and nothing but water runs through her finger. He could only touch the water. He could not touch any of these things. And now means for a very long time Douglas was there in the water of the pool. So what happened? Nothing but water runs through the finger. Now he began to feel suffocated there, and though eyes and nose out of water, means for a while when he had came on the water surface, his eyes and nose were out of water, but his mouth was still inside the water, so it was very difficult for him to breathe properly. Then he tries to breathe through nose only, then again the water goes inside as the mouth too open along with the nose for breathing, and his legs became stiff like lifeless objects, therefore he could not paddle the legs even. So this was the very critical situation he was facing. Let us see then what happened. Then he sucked to the bottom again, then again he reached to the bottom and the water was inside his body. Then he began to shout, he began to scream means in fear he began to shout desperately. A futile struggle means he had struggled a lot to save himself, but now it was becoming impossible for him, therefore he screams. And then what happened, that dizziness with aching lungs and throbbing head. His head was throbbing, his lungs were aching with pain, and a sort of dizziness was also felt by Douglas, means as if he is going to sleep now. Now acute physical discomfort he was facing. His mind was still retaining the plan to avoid drowning, means at that critical time also he was thinking that how can he save himself, because he had made many strategies, so out of them also he was trying to apply them to save himself. And continuously he was screaming also for help. He was terrified and was out of his wits. And as he had seen that water was all around him and he was going down endlessly, means he could not touch the ground of the pool. So now he was seized by terror and unable to scream also, because inside water his voice could not come out. So now this time he was absolutely incapacitated, and the thumping heart and pounding head only signs of life in him, means he was just like unconscious or lifeless, but only his heart was beating and his head was pounding, means something uh, upwards was coming. So these were only the sign of life in him, otherwise he can be considered as dead. Here William Douglas is saying so. In such a critical situation anybody can be in terror. Now another futile effort he has put to save himself. His mind clouded with fear, mind was full of fear, and he still does not give up. Therefore, he could put the efforts to save himself and takes a leap with all the strength. Means again he collected all his strength and take another chance, another jump to come on the surface of water. And success evades means saves, and he comes out of water momentarily, means for a moment he came out of water and start again going down for the third time, means for how long he was there in the water and struggling to come out. This is the sign of courage even, means during this time also he hasn't lose his hope. So student, this also gives us a lesson that we should not lose hope in the hardest time even. Okay, let us move forward. Now he gave up all efforts because he was much tired, so he gave up. He didn't try to save himself now, and he surrenders to the rescuing arms. He just leave on his destiny. He did not put any effort. Now fear, panic and anxiety, all he had forgotten, and he was feeling total relaxation. Now he had reached to such a situation where he was passing into oblivion, means he was unconscious of anything what is going around him. So this is the sign of danger for him also, but he was unaware of that because he was not conscious, he was not in his senses. Now when he came back to his conscious, then what happened? Then he found himself next to the pool and he was vomiting, means that water was coming out which was filled in his body. The big bully boy makes him lame excuse. So that boy who has thrown him, he just made a lame excuse that he thought that he knew how to swim and therefore he was just fooling him. Now Douglas has a close brush with death, means he has encountered death. We all have seen, means how close he was to the death and what are the efforts he has put to save himself. Now let us see. Hours later, he was weak and trembling and he reaches home and he was fear stricken, therefore he could not eat anything that night, and that fear haunts him for days together, means for many days he could not forget that experience. He gets up by slightest exertion and feels wobbly in the knees and sick in the stomach. After such a bitter experience, he had developed phobia of water and never revisits the pool. He avoids all water bodies, means he did not go near any kind of source of water because that terror has seized him. He was much terrified because that time he was just a child and he had just experienced death from very near even. Okay, now let us move forward. A few years later, that haunting fear of childhood follows him. How? Let us see. He out of that fear he could not enjoy the fishing, canoeing, boating, swimming, marred by the same fear, means whenever he goes for such water related activities, that fear arouses there. Tried every way to overcome his fear, but he just fails. Then ultimately he determined to finally defeat that fear, and for that he engages an instructor in October to learn swimming from him. So now as the instructor had come, then definitely he will be learning the swimming. Then a rope attached to a belt was put around Douglas, and that rope went through a pulley, then on an overhead cable. Then supported by the cable, he swims to and fro in the pool, means very easily he could swim in the pool, and he practices for weeks together, means he could swim very easily as the instructor was there to have watch over him. So he could swim and he practiced for many weeks because he so that he could satisfied. Then relentless practice bore fruits, so unstoppable practices he has done, so he got the fruit of success. Ultimately he had learned how to swim. Then persistent ear started feeding after 3 months combined efforts of self and instructor. So continuously for 3 months the author has practiced and instructor also helped him, and now he just started swimming very fluently, and he learned and exhaling and inhaling while swimming, means he learned how to do this exhaling and inhaling, and made to kick with the legs for week. Initially legs burst, but gradually they relaxed and he could command them. Then finally clean chit by the instructor in April, means in the month of April the instructor declared that he has learned swimming. Now Douglas was able to dive and swim the length of the pool, and instructor was relieved, means sent back, because Douglas had learned swimming. But Douglas was not satisfied with the learnt a skill in the swimming pool. So what he did, Douglas still continued to swim while alone, but when he swam alone in the water sources, all fear shed off. He just to feel fear, but with the continuous practices, all fears were gone. Now experiments his courage in Lake Wentworth. He went to big water resource, means Lake Wentworth, to test his skills, swimming skills. Lake Wentworth was a big water resource. It was not just a swimming pool. So in the big water resource, he just tested his skills, and he successfully tries crawl, breaststroke, side stroke, and backstroke. Means all the strokes that he had learned from the instructor, he had tested there also in that Lake Wentworth. So now he was quite confident that he had learned how to swim. Now he had won his fear, even determination. This we all know. Now yet another test to build confidence means he tested himself again to build his confidence, because earlier so many bitter experiences he has got. Now he goes to Worm Lake, means another water resource, and dives and swims across the lake back from the other shore. Then experiment conducted successfully, means whatever experiment he had conducted on himself, then he got success in that. Now fear of water was gone. Had conquered, he had won that fear. Out of all these, means bitter experience of swimming, and ultimately he learned, means he had got some lessons of life also. Let us see what were those lessons. So death is full of peace, this he has come to know, and fear of death terrorizes only. Otherwise, and near death experience and the fear of death increased Douglas' will to live. Means when he had experienced the near death experience, then that his willingness to live had increased, and he just discovers that death is always peaceful. When he was about to drown, he just surrendered himself. He was peaceful, and only the fear of death only terrorizes us. This is all the
So students, with all the PPT presentations, I hope you all have understood the chapter very well. And now I am quite confident that you all can overcome your all sorts of fear very confidently with the desire to learn. So good luck students, read the chapter and enjoy it in your own way.